So many titles to choose from. What will I ever do? Welcome back to the channel, Book Dragons. I'm so glad you're here with me. We're going to do a book tag today. I was tagged in the All About Titles book tag by Danielle over at Bookcara, and I'm so glad she tagged me in this. Before we get started with the video, please make sure that if you are enjoying this, I would love it if you would hit the like button, maybe subscribe to my channel even if you enjoy my content. Hit me up on Discord if you want to talk about books there with me and all my friends there. And now that we're done talking about that, let's go ahead and get right to this tag. There's a list of 9 questions on this tag, and I am very excited to share with you my answers. So, my eyes are on, and took a little bit to get them on there. That was weird. The first prompt is a book with a one-word title, and that would be Gallant by V.E. Schwab. This is her newest young adult book that she has released, and I got this at the bookstore, found a signed copy actually, so yeah, I'm very excited to eventually read this. I have not read it yet, but it definitely fits the bill for a one-word title. All right, a book with a phrase in the title. I chose If It Bleeds by Stephen King. This is a collection of 4 short stories, I believe. I have not read this either yet, but my son got it for me, and I'm really excited to eventually read it. Maybe I'll even get to that this year, but yes, If It Bleeds is the phrase in the title. And the next prompt is a book with a sentence in the title. And that would be Something Wicked This Way Comes by Ray Bradbury. I'm very excited to eventually read this book. You're probably seeing a pattern so far that I haven't read these books. But it fits the bill. Something Wicked is definitely on my list of books that I absolutely have to read. And I can't wait to eventually get to it. And the next prompt is a book with an unusual word in the title, and that would be Morgar. That is the 3rd book in the Voyage of the Juril Shannara trilogy by Terry Brooks. Now, I have read this one, and I know what Morgar refers to, but it's just a really strange word, guys. It's very, very different. So that title worked for this prompt, and I highly recommend The World of Shannara. If you have not read it, The Voyage of the Juril Shannara is a really great series. I wouldn't start there if you've never read Shannara, but if you have read Shannara and you read The Voyage of the Juril Shannara, you know how good that story is. The next prompt is a book with a name in the title, and that would be Elric of Melniboné. This is the first of 3 collected volumes of the stories of Elric, and again, this is one I have not read yet. It is on my list of books to read, but it worked for this one. All right. The next prompt is a book with a made-up word in the title, and this one was super easy for me. That is The Silmarillion by J.R.R. Tolkien. This is the prequel book to The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. This is kind of it's a creation story essentially for Middle-earth with a few other sections in there that detail some histories of Middle-earth. So, very, very good book. And yeah, it's a made-up word. The next prompt is a book with a pun in the title. And this was a tough one. I mean, puns can be tricky in general. But there is a book on my list of books I want to read called Beyond a Reasonable Doubt. And, of course, the standard sentence would be Beyond a Reasonable Doubt, but this book is Beyond a Reasonable Doubt. and it's a book that combines the love of mysteries with the love of beer. And I can't wait to sit down and read this book. Hopefully read this entire series. I'm super curious to see what it's all about. I know it's a cozy mystery series, and I'm really excited. The next prompt is a book with a title that describes it well. I think that Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson has a title that perfectly describes what the book is about. So if you have not read this, it is a classic pirate adventure that follows a ragtag group of pirates who take over a ship of the Royal Navy to go in search of Captain Flint's treasure island, or the island where he buried his famous hoard of gold. And so, yeah, the title is perfectly suited to describing the book. The final prompt on this list is a book with a title that doesn't describe it well, and that would be Gardens of the Moon by Steven Erikson. You will discover as you read the book what that probably refers to, but there is nothing in the book that directly corresponds to the title Gardens of the Moon. I just, if you're wanting to get an idea of what the book is about from that title, it's not possible. I'm just telling you right now, I love that book. I've read it twice. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, that title is totally confusing if you're looking to get some idea of what the book is about. So there you go. Now I have to tag some people, and I'm super excited about this. Technically, there is one more prompt, and that prompt is name a Booktube channel with an amazing name. And I had to go with Bookends and Biscuits. That is just a super awesome name for a channel. Her channel is equally as awesome, and I highly recommend that you check her out. She puts out some great content, great videos, and I am officially tagging her in this tag as well. I'm also tagging An Erudite Adventure, which is also a very cool channel name. And I am tagging Criminale, which is another really cool channel name. And I can't wait to see if and when they do this tag. And thank you so much to Danielle over at Bookcar for tagging me in this. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this tag. I hope that you will continue to read more books, and I will talk with you soon.